could go into our sleeper album of the year.
Yeah,
our underappreciated album of the year for 2024. And the nominees that we have, Noir's The Lotus Child.
Great album, man.
We really enjoyed this one. Like I said, for each of these albums, we do have a review for them, so make sure y'all go check them out. Noir's Lotus Child, love the production on there. Loved her rapping performance on there. This is my introduction to her.
Yeah, short and sweet, straight to the point. Everything just felt together, you know what I'm saying?
And in a compact, digestible size to where it added the replayability to it.
Yes, sir. And,
I love it.
And she had songs with some substance, too.
Exactly.
Like that.
Next artist we have, Rapsody's Please Don't Cry.
Yeah.
An album that we feel a lot of people didn't talk about. A lot of you guys say that we're in a drought for females MCs to actually be rapping. Well, we had one rapping this year.
It's so crazy how, like, I'm sorry, but I was thinking about, when I was writing my review about Rapsody, how, like, you have, like, Kendrick Lamar, you have J. Cole, you have Drake, right? Why for the hip-hop female side, they don't allow that space?
Because none of them want to hear it. And when they do that, they all grouped as the same person. At least Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick, they all come off like very unique and different. While with women, it seems
Rapsody is so different from
I agree.
What if Rapsody had a BBL? What if Rapsody was thick? But rap
people
like
would
that?
pay attention. But
If
then
she
they'd
was
be like,
thick
oh, she's
and-
too smart for home.
What if she thick, but she don't show it? She like how Janelle Monáe came out wearing the suits, and like, what if like Rapsody was like that, and then she started showing that body, but she's still not shaking nothing. She just rapping. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, why is there no space for her? Because I feel like she could be in the same spot as a female, which I hate to split it, but it's how it is.
I don't
Like,
think
why
there's no
she couldn't
way
be
for
the
you,
space
there's no
for
way for you to
Kendrick?
market that. Because even with Doechii, she has to twerk every now and then.
Well, Doechii is gay. She's bisexual, so she's gotta show herself.
But also, she still is able to twerk.
Yeah,
Rhapsody is bisexual too, based off the album.
but she don't have to. You know what I mean? She don't
She
lead
wanna-
with that.
No, she don't.
A lot of women leave with their sex because sex sells.
Yeah.
That's why Doechii had to get that BBL. She couldn't
I
be out
think-
there with a flat ass rapping like that.
Yeah, I agree. But Rhapsody's album, definitely one that wasn't talked about enough.
It wasn't, man.
Like, it's like, this flew under the radar, and this was a really, really good album. One of the best, if not the best female album that came out this year. I don't get why people aren't talking about this. You guys want women that rap about substance. We have one right here. Especially one that's older, that's been in the game for a while, highly respected by her peers. I don't get what a disconnect is.
Yeah.
Especially amongst people who are hip-hop fans on Twitter. Hip-hop fans on the internet. You guys are looking for this, but then when someone puts it out, crickets. It's because you guys don't want it. That's all it is. That's all it is.
They ain't gonna listen to it, B.
Next album we have, Absol's Soul Burger.
So Burger.
Now we seen Absol kind of crash out on the TL.
Yeah.
We seen a little disrespect on it.
Why y'all act like y'all don't see me? That's so ironic.
I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Why? Because I said so
No.
ironic.
The CB thing.
That's what I'm saying. Ironically.
I'm thinking the same thing. But
Best, hey, Stevie Wonder rap.
facts. But when it comes to this album right here, Absol is one of my favorite rappers ever. I think this is a really good album. But for me, I think this is a really good album if you have the context. The problem with this is that, one, people don't care about interviews anymore. We got to look at the views that the DJ Head interview with Absol did. No one was probably watching it like that compared to the people who actually went to go listen to the album itself. The album sold like 5K. And numbers is never a dictation of like...
It don't validate how the album.
Yeah, it doesn't validate the quality of the album itself. Because this is a really good album overall. It's just the fact of there was no interest in this. First of all, you didn't go on a good promo run to actually promote this album. You did a few stops here and there. But at least Q, he was on Twitter with it. He was going out doing interviews. He was pushing the album heavily on Twitter. Absol kind of dropped it. He just expected us to flock to it. And secondly, there was nothing in the album to indicate who Doe Burger is. Outside of your fan base, Soul, who is Doe Burger? That's the main thing.
Yeah.
We don't know how that's symbolic to you or this album or you having the braids. There's a lot that actually goes into it, and that's the problem. That Absol keeps it all in his mind. He didn't put it in the actual album itself. You need added context for this album to be heightened.
Because
in
they
the
don't know that
experience.
Doe Burger wanted you to do some bangers. He didn't really rock. He didn't like your music, but he wasn't listening to your music. You didn't have the slaps. So most people don't understand that concept. So yes, it's gonna be a sleeper album, unappreciated. Only kind of can blame Absol for this.
Yeah, I gotta blame Absol for this because, like I said, if there was a way for you to put it in the album itself, I think it would have been a lot better. He could be like, oh, well, you got to look at the. Because I seen a short of him saying, oh, they made Rap Genius for people like me because I'm a rap genius. And I'm just like, that's your problem. You want people to see you, but it's like you kind of like seclude yourself into the certain section and you make the album not too eclectic because obviously it's just one of his more easily accessible ones, especially that and Herbert. But for me, like I said, you need that added context to get where this album is going at. You need to know who Dolberger is. You need to get who Soulberger is, this character that he's forming, and why the album sounds like this. Because without that context, it just sounds like Ab-Soul is fishing for a single. It sounds like he's fishing for radio play. It sounds like he's fishing for mainstream. And with the added context of what I know, because when I first listened to it, I was like, I don't get it. I'm like, this is good music, but I don't get it. Once I saw the interview, I'm like, okay, that makes complete sense now.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like this album. I think it's slept on, but you need that added context for it to be
Because at least with Herbert, he was out more on bigger publications doing interviews and stuff like that, and like he got the story out of like the things he'd been through, like you know what I'm saying. So like I was hearing things without even going to go listen to it. I was seeing it, but like when it came to like the social media aspect of like seeing your perspective, I didn't see it. I had to go to it, and sometimes you have to build that around. You know what I'm saying? Like yourself, like you said, what Q did, Q didn't do his traditional, oh, I'm going to go to Breakfast Club, I'm going to Hot 97. He kind of hit up like up-and-comer people. Like he hit up Nadeska, you know, things like that. And he also did having a lot of discourse on like social media, on Twitter with people. It's like if Ab-Soul was taking that approach, I feel like you could have got your album out there a little more and people more interested to listen to it. They're like, who is this Ab-Soul guy? Because, bro, a year or two, music can change. You got people that's coming from 11 years old to 13, from 13 to 15 in 2 years. Their ears are, they getting, it's new things they're getting, involved in with music and stuff like that.
New trends.
You still have to introduce yourself in a way, especially being an artist like you, because he's not the artist that's a household name, to be honest with you.
And for the people
he knows that.
And for the people who do know Ab-Soul, they was disappointed because they was like, what is this?
Yeah, they didn't understand. They just, oh, okay, I'm going to get Ab-Soul, but they didn't understand that this is Ab-Soul mixed with Doe.
And even Ab-Soul said, this isn't an Ab-Soul album. This is a concept album.
Yeah.
Like, with that added context, yes, this makes sense.
And he was like, look at this as a new artist. And even when he said, yo, we got this new brother. I like this brother. Soulberg. See, but people wouldn't understand. You know what I mean? They didn't know that, oh, yeah, let's listen to this as a different artist.
And then with him having the welcome to Soulberg, how can I take your order? Yeah. Like, that's so, like, people won't get that because it's like, so Soulberg a restaurant? Like,
yeah.
So that's the thing where it's like, if you don't have that added context into it, or you could be like, I don't know how you would have added it into the album. And I know buying physicals isn't a thing anymore where you actually open a CD and you read the pamphlet and all that. So yeah, it's one of those things that it's to me, that's why it was slept on the most. Good music, but overall, like the execution of it itself with the album and nothing else, people could miss a lot of context with that. But for these next two these contenders and nominees, we actually got to choose our own sleeper album. So Cavalier, different type of time. Be watching this one, be a sleeper.
Yeah, I know it's a sleeper album. I wish it was, more of an appreciated album. But I know Cavalier, he's getting a little buzz this year. I've been seeing a lot of people talking about it. But it's still one of those sleepers. Like, you don't see, like, big talking heads talking about this. And this dude, like, he's been out for years. But now I feel like this year is, like, his coming out party, that more eyes is being on him. And I know that, we're smaller in the hip-hop space right now, but we will grow. And at this time, I want to let people know, like, hey, yo, we was on him probably first. Like we had, we was putting him in the Rolodex talking about these artists. This is a really good album. To me, one of the tops of this year, just with his ability, his vision he has. Like, you could tell that he's a different thinker when it comes to him making his art. He takes everything, like, he takes his time with his music. Even when he took a lot of breaks, and now him coming back and, like, putting out, like, project after project, like 2 stellar projects. But this one right here was like, longer, it was a more fleshed out project, different type time, like, amazing album to me, man. And I just think he need to be more appreciated. Cavalier, man, is really dope. And yeah, man, I swear if you guys would listen to this, he probably been in y'all top 5. I'm just saying. But Cavalier, different type time, amazing album. So what you got?
My sleeper pick was Maxo Kream's Personification. Maxo Kream is an artist from Houston. We're both from Houston, Texas. And for me, this is a sleeper album because Maxo Kream is one of those dudes that he's not the most lyrical. He's not going to impress you a lot. But for me, he makes really good music. This is how everybody talks about Big X the Plug and all of them. To me, this is what Maxo Kream is. He makes very digestible music, very humble music. He makes music that I feel like many people who live a certain type of lifestyle that he actually lives himself, they can relate to. Plus, he makes really good music overall. Some of the songs on the album itself, the one with Tyler the Creator, the one that he has with that Mexican OT, even a Rob 49 and Skill
Street
Baby
Fraternity.
one. I like the Street Fraternity is amazing. But certain rapping performances right there, his beat selection on the album, but also him actually calling this album Personification, him having three sides to him, the father, the Crip, and the rapper itself, him actually talking about all three of them sides on the album itself, having a little loose concept right there, but still somehow tying it all together. I thought this was a really fun album that literally no one was talking about at all. And I kind of wish that people were at least a bit more hip to Maxo Kream's, album that he did put out this year, because I thought that was really good. I enjoyed it more than his last one I listened to. I forgot the name of it. But yeah, overall, Maxo Kream, man, to me, he did a really good job. He even had a really good Big X the Plug feature on this album, too, as well. Started off the album really nicely as well, and ended it off really nicely as well. Even though that Trigger Man screwed.
Oh, yeah, Trigger Man.
Yeah, that one I could do without. But, like, Bang the Bus, oh my God, that production that you have on there, amazing for me. But those are all the contenders for sleeper/underappreciated albums. It's time for us to talk about the winner, though. It's time for us to choose it. And the winner is Rapsody. Please don't cry.
Yeah.
This album was amazing. It's not talked about enough. You talked about it earlier in the What We've Been Jamming section. I talked about it earlier this year when it first came out. This is a really good project. Rapsody, to me, she covers all bases. She got the jams. She got the slower songs. She gets a bit more introspective. She has the songs where she's actually talking about her personal life with one of her family members that has dementia, I believe, her aunt or her grandma.
Yeah.
She has a song where she's... Yeah, thank you. She has a song with her sister saying, like, how she's a hypocrite, how she shouldn't be doing this, but she is, asking for advice.
Yeah.
She has a song where she even got Lil Wayne a bit sharp on his pen himself. And she has a really good song with Hit Boy that's actually Grammy nominated itself. I think that Rapsody did a fantastic job, fantastic rap performance, and fantastic beat selection on this album with a whole range of subject matter that actually gives you who Rapsody is, where her place is in hip hop, and like just how incredibly talented she is with her pen.
And it's so crazy. Like, we know we have some big names that came out with albums this year, and I feel like it kind of probably overshadowed her. Like, Rapsody is known, like, she's known, like, more, bigger than the other guys we have in this category. And I just felt like it was unappreciated because I thought she'll get more of that push, you know what I'm saying? From the publications, like, people know who Rapsody is. Like, she's a Grammy nominated artist, you know what I'm saying? So I thought her album would be one of those sleepers that people have more in the top fives. But I don't know, it was surprising that it wasn't. I see it in some people's lists, but I just don't see it enough, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? But for us, we're going to give it its praises, even though it has to be an underappreciated album. We give it more praise as well, but still. Rapsody, Please Don't Cry was phenomenal, especially like you said, like the introspection, just even though she had some jams on here as well, and just, I don't know, I think it put a good overall package right here, bro. Like, really well thought out. And I'm saying, like I said this before, I love rappers that rap when they got something to say, put out a body of work. And I feel like Rapsody do that every time. I feel like with each album she put out, she has like a message or a theme that she want to present and put out. And I think she did this really well. Some self-reflection, some help, some healing, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But
yes,
yeah.
sir. But
Please Don't Cry.
Rapsody's Please Don't Cry is our 2024 most slept on, sleeper / underappreciated album of the year.
Yes, sir.
Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.